Could a cut in federal funding leave more of the burden of funding public radio on its listeners? Some in Little Rock with Little Rock's KUAR and KLRE say so. Thanks for joining us tonight. 10 everyone, I'm Bob Clausen.
And I'm Laura Monteverde. We're glad you're with us. This comes after President Trump signed an executive order late last week ending federal funding for PBS and NPR. Mike Rogers spoke with the local station's general manager this afternoon. Mike, what did he have to tell you?
Well, guys, the issue for stations like KUAR and KLRE here in Little Rock and across the country is that if and when that federal grant funding is halted, funding that would originally come from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting to pay for NPR shows over their airways would now have to come out of their pockets. Though KUAR and KLRE have already received their money for the fiscal year, moving forward, their general manager tells me they'd need to lean on small donations from the public even more to keep their programming on air.
The Griner was out on bond while awaiting sentencing.
Public programming and information over the airwaves for anyone in Central Arkansas to hear.
If things did get tight and we had to make some sort of cuts, where could we do those first?
The questions KUAR and KLRE General Manager Jonathan Seaborn and public radio managers across the country are left asking.
Is that programming? Is it certain services or affiliations?
In an executive order last Thursday, President Donald Trump directed the Corporation for Public Broadcasting to stop funding PBS and NPR, to stop what he called biased and partisan news coverage. The president also looks to halt indirect funding from taxpayer dollars to support the organizations.
We have shows that are only $3,000 a year, but other shows that are $20,000 a year. So it's navigating what that means.
From Little Rock Public Radio News, good afternoon, I'm Maggie Ryan.
Little Rock Public Radio receives 50 to 60% of their annual operating budget from small viewer donations, along with federal government grants that make up about 10% of their budget, which Seaborn fears could be cut by next year.
Then there's less of a value to our listener if you're hearing the same programming.
Seaborn says potential restrictions would leave him with the choice of what local shows to cut and at what times. That would have the least impact on informing their listeners.
We would first look to our members to help us make up that gap.
Beyond those public donations, Seaborn says he encourages his viewers to check out Protect My Public Media for resources and tools on how to get involved and help out these stations, as well as for people to contact their representatives, as he says public media will need their help to stay afloat. Live in studio, Mike Rogers, back to you.